Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you here. I'm going to get right into it. It is June 28, 2019. The 28 is the Two of Wands. It's the two flames, the twins. The day adds up to 46-1, which is the Six of Cups, the children in the Garden of Eden. And what a great combination that is. The twins and their choice of path or co-creation, and their inner children in the garden of the beauty of the Six of Cups, really. The cut for the main deck, the Sirian Starseed deck, was at 12:21 today, and the read was completed at 12:48 to 49, and those numbers will definitely be significant as we go into the read. The major arcana for the masculine today from the Sirian Starseed deck were Reflection, which is the Hermit, Strength, Lovers, Shadow, which is the Death card, and then before the read was the Divine Justice card, or Justice, and then after the read card was Karma, or Judgment, in the traditional deck. There were 3 swords, 3 wands, 1 cup, and no pentacles at all. The only court card was the Page of Wands, but the Page of Swords does show up after the read. They both can be the energy of children or messages, and so we'll get into that in a minute. Just as a side note, yesterday the Divine Feminine came up with 3 5s, and today the Divine Masculine is coming up with 3 2s. The numbers in the read were triple 2s, the number 78, which is the 10 of Pentacles, and the number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. 2 of the High Priestess, 10 and 12 of the Hangman, the Wisdom, as well as 331, which could be 3-3 and 3-1, which is the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Wands, which is expansion and standing up for yourself without reacting. And then the 27 of the Ace of Wands, which came up again in the read today, but it was reversed, so there's some frustrations today. And then the number 810 also came up. The code line had everything to do with karmic completion and love partnership. So that was very significant. And the message here could go a couple different ways, but mainly about the same energy. Divine Director may have come up here as the Ivy Divine Feminine to the nth degree. 2 Page of Wands in their high vibrations, and Page of Wands in the Sirian Starseed deck is that masked young person with an internal flame. So 2 Page of Wands in their high vibration to the nth degree, to the nth degree street. So there, it's coming up as this, high vibe street, or them being in their saintly energy, or sweet street, basically. Divide or severing to the nth degree, the students of fire, burned, destined to the nth degree to sainthood. And also easy street was coming up here. Divine seventh, or the chariot to the nth degree, charging in to seek urgency of fire, destined to the nth degree to easy street, or also a tent heist was coming up, which very much resonates with the gypsies, tramps, and thieves energy. A tent heist, so like in a carnival or something, someone getting away with the goods. Also Divine 7, which is also July. 2 Page of Wands on 10th Street, or in other words, 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, easy street. So definitely about the twins coming together, and that July will be a breeze. And as we get into this for the masculine, the Hermit with light and divine justice behind, coming clean as the King of Wands is reversed, about lovers reversed and a breakup. No affection regarding sneakiness, half-truths, exhaustion and anger in a work situation, not getting along, third party or court issues, Libra upright and Virgo upright, as well as Gemini reversed. The Knight of Cups on a white horse had offered love in the past. The Queen of Swords talks about it, or conducting and orchestration, whether it's music, talk, or energy, use of hands, aligning with blocks to clear the shadow and the light, as well as mold issues, old portals, door frames, the dark trying to poison the passageway, but not affecting the Page of Wands, their inspiration, and the Hermit with the light. Shedding light on lover energies, or shedding light on lower energies, or reptilians were definitely coming up here, and a long line of lower chakra lineage, brown, red, orange, yellow, or in other words, the lower chakra system, or considered to some the 3D chakra system, cracking the codes in a hurry, trying not to waste time, hermits holding light and space for each other in sandals to free their piggy toes. Page of Wands is the lookout while digging for gold found around the doorway, causing the mold or dark blocks. 3 gold coins or Holy Communion, which is the special gold coin, like the Grand Watermelon bill, which came up when I was talking about money yesterday in the bills. That of the, and I forget which bill it was, maybe the $100,000 bill, like the most valuable one is the Grand Watermelon bill, so that was supposed to come up here. Or the promotional $1 million bill, 1 in a million that doesn't exist, lots of digging going on, information but also buried treasure, and a grave for some. And 117 is when that watermelon bill came up, so it was definitely significant. And the phone rang at that time. Grave robbers also comes up here. So then we get into why 48 and 49 were significant in the time of the read today. 1248 to 49 is when I finished the read. Well, the 49ers comes up here in the California Gold Rush. Some of them some of those in the Gold Rush actually arrived by ship. So there's ship coming in. 1848 to 49. 848 to 49 here. Sacramento Valley. Effects cannot be overstated in shaping the history of American West in the 19th century. The Miners' spade symbol and the 49ers football were left in honor of this. And that was some of that information was from thoughtco.com. And also this is very significant for me because my grandfather was very instrumental in history at that time and was from Sacramento. Actually, his wife had an affair with the mayor of Sacramento around after the gold rush, but he was involved with the gold rush as well. He knew Levi Strauss, but he was more involved with the political scene. He actually invented the flap of the Levi zipper that the coal miners wore. But he went into, he was involved with opening a department store with his brother, but then he left that to go on to dealing with helping the farmers politically. And anyway, he's got a big political history around him. So, and that was all about Sacramento. So all of this stuff about California and the gold mine are coming up because we're talking about treasure being found and the gold coin and the reference to it. And also a big topic here for the masculine read today is validation. So as I turn the page, it's 126, and this comes up several times. 26 is the Page of Wands, which is the challenge position here. 1 is the Magician, 26 is the Page of Wands. The Magician is out making magic. And I didn't say Magician there because of the 1, the Magician was coming out there in this card here. So the Magician is out making magic. It's magic, you know. So that song was coming up. Hermit helping family discover gold in an old man or chair or sofa that he sits in, dogs sniffing it out, King of Cups emotionally detached, hermit holding light while magician distracts people with his magic attention or intention. His magic intention. Standing on top of the highest mountain snowcaps, passing of climbers or those who slipped and fell, old men, University of Penn, and emblems in general comes up here. And I'm starting to lisp too, so somebody with a lisp, it's instrumental. The wealth of bridge or overpasses or new bridge built at hospital to cross over the street to a new building finally is done, a huge climb or project to the pinnacle, the peak, the legacy of the family lineage, the family crest or company symbol, the trademark or the label, the advertisement, the glory to shine light of worthiness or accomplishment. But then what? You're emotionally detached to get there, and now, where is the love? The love. Okay, so that comes up here, and that was very interesting because I wrote a letter to Penn after I left, and basically my last line of my letter, it was kind of like a Jerry Maguire letter, and the last line of the letter was, I just wish there would have been a little bit more love. So where's the love letter coming up? Validation, stamp of approval outside yourself is not really needed. Where is the love? Okay, there's a higher love, just for the sake of sharing what you love and enjoy, sharing the inner wealth of grace, graceful, paramahamsa, sliding or gliding along, going with the flow on a wing and a prayer. There is the love. That's the sweet spot. It is a building named in honor of someone else, a gift or a show of money or power. All is in the intention. Those who truly love what they do, the mad scientist like Einstein could care less how rich he's become. He's still focused on what he loves and would do it regardless, giving to those inspired by their ideas because they resonate, and there's harmonization. Passing on knowledge created with love is very powerful energy that requires no stamp of approval. It just is. Those who love you will always be there to celebrate your exciting days as well as the days of grounding and integrating new energies. What is wealth without love? The hermit found dead, having stashed their wealth all over their home to hide from takers, right? Paranoid that all they wanted was his money. When then hoarding comes up, just in case. Instead of freezing or hoarding just in case, and I'm having trouble talking, so that lisp is coming out again. Instead of free flowing, so instead of hoarding just in case of an emergency, right, which is what holding on to things is, instead allow it to be free flowing, changing up things now and then. So deception comes up here, and underneath that was new love for the underlying energies, arm wrestling, and takedowns. And that can definitely have to do with wrestling also, of the Queen of Wands showing off strength and power, flirty, sexy, even in pregnancy, some doing it solely for outside validation and stems from insecurity and feelings of unworthiness. Resisting and forcing are blocks to abundance. Love isn't about competition to win. It's natural resonance, who you vibrate on the same energy wavelength with. As twins come together and egos fall, be nice to your servers and be respectful to young girls. Only do what you love. If you hate working out, find a physical activity you actually love to align your body with. So your line won't react if it's something you hate, because it will feel the resistance energetically. Power plays and frustrations at work and won't work because they are blocks. Someone may lose a child due to vanity and working out too much, or abusing their body to look good, or starving self, etc., or fighting every chance they get. Not burning the past, not letting things go, will create blocks to your abundance. So now, in banging your head against the wall, insisting on your way or being right, stubborn pride, and that came up at 202, and the masculine got 3 2s in his read. In spiritual partnership, right, and that's all about the 2s, Ace of Wands comes up, because that's number 27, and because the Ace of Wands is reversed in the read today, it's that frustration. It's bringing up frustration in spiritual partnership, blocks you. Underneath that card was self-love of 61, which is taking the risk, okay, of being yourself, no matter what. The priest or leader, Taurus or patriarchy, has passed. Inheritance distributed through manipulative energies. Look, no hands. Now you see it, now you don't. Someone may have given everything to the church or a religious scam to get family money. Bambi finds man, dead or out on the grass, went looking for help and saved them. And for some reason here, with R2D2 came up, maybe helping this person, inner workings of combustion engine or pistons and wheel of fortune, astrology predictions, Jupiter, Sagittarius, and Cancer North Node, the true North, the North Pole, and Rudolph has found their purpose, or porpoise, poise and grace, left for dead and rose in grace. The little engine that could, Thomas, Rudolph, Grace, and Bambi, time of the golden sun, and Chinese astrology, throwing stars, a shooting star, chugga chugga, choo choo, all energies revving and ready to roll. Overcoming and rising above the dark patriarchy, the divine masculine has arrived. They've pulled into the station, and Spirit's connecting with me, putting aside pride and looking for help. A little bunny and 2 ladybugs and inchworms, Chinese silks. It's the bunny's eyes and ears that are valuable, not the rabbit's foot cut off. 3 dark birds have flown the coop, and 10 are grateful for that. Divine masculine is going the distance. 10 sets of blue eyes and clean discs, finding gold in collections and treasure chests. Knight of Pentacle, humble servant, rises as the meek inherit the earth. And this was at 220, so here's the 2s again. The hermit is destined to overcome deception for new love, birthing spiritual partnership in partnership with the solar system. And now we're going into the recent past, and I'll show you all the cards before I do that. But just so you know, as soon as we go into recently, the signs that came up were Libra upright, Virgo upright, Scorpio reversed, Aquarius reversed, Pisces upright, Taurus upright and reversed, and that was the Empress upright and the Hierophant reversed. Cancer was upright, Leo upright and reversed. The Strength card was upright, the Sun card was reversed. Gemini came up reversed, as well as Sagittarius. Aries came upright, and Capricorn wasn't really involved in the underlying energy, but did come into the body of the read reversed. Okay, so I'm going to go into recently, but first I want to show you the cards. I'll just take it around a bit so you can see. All right, so we have the underlying energy here with the reflection card, the Hermit, which has divine justice beneath it. In the recent past is the 8 of Orbs there. Then we have the foundation here of that 7 of Orbs, which I'll show you a little bit more underneath. Okay, that's the 7 of Orbs. And then in the center, which I'm still lisping, is the 2 of Wands, or the Twin Flames, the 2 of Flames. The challenge being that Seeker of Flames. And then in the head is the Strength card, but you see in the Sirius Starseed deck it's a tiger, so definitely could be Sagittarius energy as well. Here's some more of the clarification cards. As we go into the near future is the 10 of Flames coming out of the dark, and then the masculine sees himself, look at that guys, as the Lovers. Around that energy is the 2 of Cups, and don't jump the gun, one is reversed and the other upright, but it's really positive energy. The blocks the masculine needs to clear is the Shadow or the Devil card there. And then as we get to the end, we have the 2 of Orbs, which is like the 2 of Swords, along with the Page of Swords or Orbs, and then the Karma card or Judgment, which is actually the Lotus opening up. All right, so that's the end of the read as we get to that 5 of Wands. And then the after the read cards that I pulled are just those right there. Okay, so I'm going to put it back down so we can finish going on with the read. See if I can get you a little more of the cards that can be seen. All right, so recently for the masculine is a prison, and I went to write a prison of a bold move, but Spirit wanted me to write mold, so mold came up again. A prison of mold, or a prison of a bold move to a little more light than dark. A bold move to give up or surrender. Leo's big butt in face. To a 5D connection, touching left butt and with his thoughts, and saying grace, saving space, as Empress is hanging out and being wise. Someone's going to prison voluntarily. The worst is over in ending a family, impatient, superficial, seeing synchronicities and heaven in their eyes, and judging the divine feminine, yet receiving their announcements from them, and along with them, epiphanies. Okay. So as I turn the page, and by the way, I like to bring up all the aces too, because it gives you an idea of how the energies are going. All 4 aces, of course, are in the read, but there were no aces in the major part of the read, and 3 of the aces are reversed. The only one that was upright was Ace of Cups, which is actually great. The other ones just mean, you know, they could just be pending a new start, so aces reversed don't necessarily mean something negative. It really could just be timing of it's about to turn upright. Yeah. So there were no ones in the Sirian Starseed deck, but definitely in the clarifiers, obviously. So as I turn the page, it is 233, 2 being the High Priestess, and 33 is that 7 of Wands. Standing up for yourself without being defensive, without reacting, and being your sovereign self in your loving heart. All right, so 7 of Orbs comes up here in the foundation. Receiving downloads, impatient with ending family cycle, Sagittarius putting self in a prison of the mind, or literally in a prison for risky behavior, and holding merchandise or intellectual property. Centrally for the masculine is that 2 flames, paying out to an Aquarius, or Aquarius is depressed and imbalanced, or dreams lost due to paying debt, or bail to get out of jail free card. Juggling low vibe, saving high vibe to align and work out the details, a choice to be made by Aquarius, but the Divine Masculine putting in no effort. It's done as far as he's concerned. Sagittarius or Leo is way out of hand, getting people to do their dirty work, as well as mommy's minions. The challenge being the Page of Wands, masked boy, or it could be girl as well, but it definitely relates to the masculine here, with a burning desire in the aftermath of failure, no attention, and a negative past of childhood or with twin flame. The sovereign with no attention because he was avoiding his past. The Knight of Pentacles is offering up a gold coin to the highest bidder, but now in 5D, pure innocent love, puppy love, and he, humble servant, offering his true self. Detoxing and moving for love. And then at that moment, it was 2:44, I noticed how the birds outside were talking, and they were talking so much, but it was such a sweet little way. I just really noticed it there at 2:44. They were talking so sweetly to each other in such a wispy way, and then all of a sudden it stopped dead as I noticed it, and then they started talking again. Impatient with practical recovery for the masculine, defenseless to the High Priestess, or secret. The King of Wands wants to rush in, but now crowning, the worst is over for the Leo and or Sagittarius, could be the same person, dealing with Queen of Swords reversed and King of Swords reversed, and Page of Cups reversed, which was destined to happen. Possibly someone lost a child, or rejection between the King and Queen of Swords, or a spoiled brat between them, not in their truth, or a couple with child who are scamming people. The King and Queen of Swords can represent so many things. It could be the Divine Masculine and Feminine, both not in their truth, because if they're not together, then there's something they both still need to release. And the Page of Cups reversed can be the rejection they feel between each other. It also can represent the karmic, being a brat between them. Also could represent a child in between them. Lots of different things. But also can represent other people, right? Like scamming, and then other couples the Divine Masculine may know. It could be parents or sister and brother, whatever it may be to you. But they were, the King and Queen of Swords were together and both reversed with the Page of Cups reversed, but then next to the Destiny card upright. So it's definitely destined to happen that way in regards and attached to the Strength card or that Leo card. But there's definitely detox energy there too. So the Leo might be in detox or at home detoxing. The Page of Pentacles may be an opportunity or student of the twins or Divine Feminine path as the third party Leo and or Sag looks the other way. The Knight of Pentacles, so when these King and Queen of Swords, if they were people who were doing illegal activities, the Queen of Wands may have been looking the other way. The Knight of Pentacles may be offering friendship to the Queen of Wands, maybe something healthy, Divine Masculine sending love, but telling her he's happier on his own. After a divorce, justice, or impatience with Gemini, karmic, or a kid, Libra, Gemini, and Sagittarius here, kids may get their wish, not wanting to live with an impatient Sagittarius, may have a bad temper. Family recovering finances, defenseless to Sagittarius, drinker and or potion maker, which can be, somebody does spell work. The family is recovering away from her. The High Priestess exposed jealousy issues between the King of Wands reversed and the Emperor, and a nightmare of the sealed Divine Feminine with the Emperor. Soon, for the masculine, is the Ten of Wands, burdens, carrying things upstairs, the Queen of Cups stuck in emotions, refusing to help the move, or just that she's moving to a more peaceful place, but she's refusing to move or do any of the work to move herself. The Page of Wands is grieving a marriage, a priest, a religion, establishment, or a Taurus, or not letting go is the obstacle between the Page of Wands and the Taurus and or establishment. In other words, the obstacle is their name, their crest, seeking validation outside themselves. Not expressing feelings to the Queen of Pentacles reversed due to loyalty to establishment, brothers and father, Taurus, religion, marriage, whatever. So grounding and integrating towards the new moon and the eclipse, ready to move sovereign or child or ride in to see twin. As I turned the page, it was 302. The Divine Masculine sees himself as the Lovers reversed, looking back at the chaos and detox it took. Lies split and wielding his sword to gain clarity prior to a new life, magnetizing the gold coin, playing ball to relax. A message or news out or child dictating how to move things, but not actually helping. And you know how that could be. That could just be pretty funny to watch, actually. Or having a heart-to-heart conversation the masculine's been resisting because he's afraid. Attraction comes up here, and unrequited love, as well as true love, that this is a romance of a lifetime, and heart-to-heart conversations that need to be had. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Around the Divine Masculine, or how he's seen, is 2 cups, hiding and making out. After death, grounding and integrating, and frazzled energies, unable to sustain energies, connecting, and finally the King of Swords reversed. So connecting finally, but the King of Swords reversed is coming up here in deceptive energies or knocked off kilter by eclipse, new moon. Still, the masculine may be grounding and integrating some deceptions, or frustrated, still dealing with his ex, trying to show off to him to see what he's missing, or flirting with other men, but you know how that goes. The King of Swords reverse could also be anyone else. It could be a nasty lawyer, it could be police, military, or actually a Cancer person. The masculine needs to clear blocks of shadow work, the web, detox of judgment, and call to action, the wake-up call, announcements by third party, and gossip drained by a divorce, but all is well now. In a battle, both light and dark lose. Truth and balance is justice because it's happiness. Happiness is the justice. The cards that came up from the numerology deck were love partners, karmic completion, but even more so, surrender and new beginnings. Conflicts over judgments, announcements, and calls. A little boy roping the masculine and feminine into a hand fasting. Clearly and knowing, worst of purge over, but not expressing stuck emotions, still petty arguments over a judgment. Grounding and integrating, whatever it is, whether it's a judgment, a divorce announcement, or just announcements that are made on the internet, the masculine still grounding and integrating some of that and dealing with the karmic energies. Reaping rewards, clearly made decision. The Page of Swords with a little bit of light, a spark in the dark is all it takes. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Okay, so that was coming up. As far as the Divine Masculine and the Sealed Divine Feminine, or the Emperor and the Sealed Divine Feminine, with a small message of hearing the call to the Lotus opening. And it was very interesting because when I was connecting for a client yesterday, I definitely felt my crown tapping each time I would get a new image. So that was pretty cool. And somebody else, another twin, had mentioned something to me about the crown. So there's definitely stuff coming up around the lotus, that some new energies may be opening through your crown. And also with this lotus opening is Judgment Day. Frustrated, the High Priestess may feel powerless to the Queen of Swords reversed and their destiny and continues to fight, or pending new passion of the High Priestess, or secret, or just the masculine's intuition, loss of independence or single status. The Queen of Swords reversed may feel silenced by destiny on a quest of the impossible dream, or just frustrated Viking priestess or princess with dependent teen who has a potty mouth by destiny continuing to fight with each other. So that could be the karmic and their child. So recovering a move or instability after the war, the King of Pentacles is over purging or stress, holding on to grounding while a messenger of truth comes at him. Synchronicities everywhere about heartbreak and separation, or dark is orchestrating something to hurt others, okay? But it's kind of like a moot point anyway, it doesn't matter. And the read here ended on 326. So again, that's the Empress, and 26 is the Page of Wands, which is kind of how the masculine and the feminine came up in this read. So that is the read, but I'm going to pull, I feel like pulling something from the past life deck to see what energies come up for us. So take a deep breath. It was just 30:42. And so the Lovers was reversed here, clearly showing a breakup, but the Two of Cups was showing a new couple together, kind of making out in secret, like kind of hiding behind things. So it's actually positive energy for the twins. There may be some kind of event too that's happened recently, maybe like somebody's wedding where there was dancing going on, that kind of thing. Maybe the masculine and karmics kind of trying to rub each other's stuff in each other's faces. It could be someone else who's pregnant and rubbing that in the masculine's face. Just some kind of weird energies like that. Someone definitely trying to show off to get attention. Could be a divine feminine showing off as well, you know, just trying to pretty themselves up, that kind of stuff. All right, so let's see what comes up here. It is June 28th, 2019. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? I'm still out of breath from my run. Forgive me. Okay, so let's see what comes out here. A bunch of cards are coming out. The bottom of the deck is Spouse, reversed. Okay, so there's definitely a breakup here of a marriage. There's a baby underneath it, okay? So that may be a birth separate, or the children may, in the past, have been trying to keep them together, but now it's broken up. And Egypt is coming up underneath that as well. So there may be some underlying energies left over from Egypt that they had to clear. So a bunch of cards came out in the first bunch. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So 6 cards came out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 4 cards came out. So here we are to the Wheel of Fortune again. So destiny is definitely at play here. We have the Leaving or Travel card, Galactic reversed. We have Authority Figures upright, and then Biblical reversed, which is like the Jesus Carpenter card, but that's reversed. And then we have Celtic upright and Monk or Nun upright. So let me see what comes up for me here. I'm getting someone coming down to earth. A trip definitely could have been canceled because they had to come down to earth. Maybe being realistic about spending money, or just traveling too much, or that traveling they realized was just running away from themselves. We have Authority Figures with the gavel coming down, so definitely cases were resolved, whether it's divorce or other kind of cases, whether it's suits, that kind of thing. But definitely justice coming in with the gavel down. It's got sparkles all around it, so that's a positive thing. No more biblical stuff. So someone might have gotten out of Bible school in a divorce, which is kind of funny that's coming up. But no more, so someone named Carpenter may have actually gotten divorced, but also can just have to do with someone who doesn't like doing carpentry work is now no longer having to do it, or no longer having to follow the church that the karmic insisted they go to. And that could have to do with Celtic energies here, because we have the Celtic church right next to that card. This is someone whose karmic may have made them go to that kind of church, whether it was Catholic or whatever. And this church in this card, you know, it's very much about Neanderthal man in that cross. So breaking ideas about the strict religious values, as well as drinking, since it's Irish, and also monk or nun. So priest stuff coming up too, that you have to be celibate, or vows of silence. Any of that stuff is coming up as it may stay intact for somebody, but whoever's in the breakup situation's getting out of all that. No more biblical stuff that you have to, you know, do things the way the church tells you, otherwise you're evil or you're bad. Anything that puts you into fear, it's like the Divine Masculine's letting go of now, which is good. Somebody may be getting out of just a manual type business that they didn't enjoy. Or maybe because of a divorce, something they did enjoy is being taken away from them. That could be as well. The other 4 cards that came up were male, female, reverse. Is definitely, again, with the breakup, not getting along, not seeing eye to eye with a love life. That's upright though. And then the arts, about music. And music actually came up twice the past couple days. And then angels reversed. So definitely music is one of the advice things for you guys, to make sure to play music that's helped to transmute these energies. We definitely have not seeing eye to eye. So again, in this card, even if like your twins coming together and you've tried this back-to-back thing and it still didn't work, other ways, this telling you other ways to raise your vibration is music. And to be your own angel, because angels is reversed. So maybe you're spending too much time and energy trying to connect with your angels in meditation, as opposed to just knowing your own abilities, all right? And just calming yourself, taking some deep breaths and listening to music and taking a walk. That may be all you need to do. You may be trying too hard, okay? And that's the block in the seeing eye to eye, because you're draining your energies to align with each other. Just be, allow the natural love, the softness of the rose petal to just be, and the music, right? Here's the energy, it's showing you, it should be, right? That's where it should be. Don't let it get like this, where you're trying so hard to do what everyone else is telling you to do, that you drain yourself of all the energies, okay? And then you just, you know, cause problems in the relationship. Not everyone's going to be as connected to like meditations and that kind of spirituality, especially for the masculines. Don't expect your masculine to do all the same things that you do, which is fine. Just do what resonates with you, what makes you happy. Stop trying so hard. Put on some music and bring home some roses. And that's all you need to do, is what I'm getting here. All right, so that's a nice little message that came through. All right, make sure you drink your water, rise and be loved. It's 38, and make sure you get enough sleep and eat and treat yourself well. Rise and be loved, guys. Bye.